fan for some head. Let's get in the car, I said. She grabbed my hand. Girls resting, met the bar, witness said. Tears fled the head, I'm waiting, I guess. She tweet, I guess she confess. She thinking less, not drinking less. Bathroom says, best to get spontaneous. Our stereotype, put to rest tonight. Imagine, believe, and achieve, it works. Skyline as I rise like fireworks. Smell through the bad, don't touch my perk.
Hey, hello everybody, and welcome to this edition of the After the Storm, your OKC Thunder post-game analysis live stream. Hope everybody's having a fantastic day or night. The Thunder took care of business tonight. Even though it was a little bit of a struggle, I thought we came out just SGA 4 turnovers and whatever. I don't know what, first 5 minutes or something. I just don't think that he came out with the right urgency, which meant that the Thunder did not come out with the right urgency and was just sloppy from the very beginning. And I think that really affected what we did and how we played. But once again, we got fortunate because of who we were playing. The Kings aren't very good, and so therefore the Thunder were able to bust out with the victory anyway. 121-105 for our 60th win, the first team to get to 60 wins. The 8th fastest, which I thought was kind of cool, the 8th fastest in history to get to 60 wins, which is a testament to our team, the coaching staff, and the administration, Sam Presti, and what he put together. We're not going to go long tonight, guys, because it's late. Hotspot, what's up? Dominated. We need to stop letting teams hit these threes. Bro, I just think that I was going to get to that. I just think that we never were really locked in, for the whole game. And I think we came out that way. But that being said, the third quarter was terrible for us. I don't know, what did they outscore us? Remember, we are number one in the NBA in scoring points, and we'll go over that here in just a minute. But let me see what it was. They outscored us 39-25 in the third quarter, and that's just pathetic. Hotspot says, "Thank God for Caruso. I really believe he's going to be a factor, the X factor in the playoffs." I agree. He's been there before. I heart a little bit, but Caruso, because he did win the chip playing for the Lakers, I think he's going to be able to help us once the playoffs really actually start going, and what's going to take each round to get, because remember last year we got beat in the semifinals, and we should have made it to the finals. We were the number one seed. We're number one seed again, and as we talked about, you only have a 5-year window to really get something done. The lineup that we started tonight with SGA, K-Rich, Dort, iHeart, and Chet, no Kaysen, no J-Dub tonight, and no Wiggins. We went in there, I'm sure we just went in there with the thought that we're going to win the game no matter what. And it's good. But, playing Dylan Jones and all that, I get that he's resting players, but I'm just like, dude, you make games a lot harder than what they are. And in the fourth quarter, with 6 minutes and 47 seconds to go, the score was 105-89. You could have subbed SGA in, but once again, what does he do? He waits until they kick the ball in and then brings him off the bench immediately. Dude, what are you doing? And in that minute that he set him, as he always does, now all of a sudden you got to call a timeout. Coach, it's 6:47. You have an automatic timeout. Just put SGA in the game. You waited until they threw the ball in, then you bring them off the bench, and they went boom, 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 and they got the momentum. You had to call a timeout in a minute. I'm telling you right now, this dude is going to get us beat. And remember, it's the best 4 out of 7. You can't give away a game. I don't understand it. It's like, it's 6:47, there's already a timeout. What are you doing? Just sub him in. Why are you going to wait for 30 seconds? What the hell is a minute? A minute makes a difference. Hotspot, this next game, we will need to rest Chet. I saw him struggling with it was his hip. Hotspot, he got hit in the hip again, which is what was hurt, which is why he didn't play the last game. So he got hit again in the hip. I think it was by iHeart. He got run into by Sabonis, and he got hit. So it's his hip. But once again, he came in and he set him the whole fourth quarter. Unfortunately, Jay Will came in and did what he did. Now, my problem with Jay Will and iHeart. Dude, quit being so cavalier and thinking, oh, I got to make all these great passes. Teams watch tape, bro. And Jay Will is getting cavalier and getting cocky because he's getting some game time and getting a little play. And dude, take care of the ball. You're trying to do stuff that you're not capable of because against scrub teams, you're getting away with stuff. Dude, bro, stop. You're going to develop habits. It's going to cost us in a game if you get in there. iHeart, take care. He's bouncing the ball between his legs and making pass. I'm like, what are y'all doing? And it's because of the simple fact that, oh, we're up 7, so we can play a little bit. We got the number one. Dude, you're going to get cocky and you'll get your ass beat. That's what's going to happen. You've got to stay focused and cut out all this nonsense and play folk, because if you don't, you're going to get beat. You're going to have to lock in. But once again, SJ started it, coming out getting 4 turnovers in the first 7 minutes of the game, 6 minutes, whatever, something stupid. I did not like our non-focus at the beginning. I just did not like it. Now, granted, we won the game anyway, but that was crazy. That pass I saw from my heart made me crazy. Don't bounce past to Joe like that. They were waiting for it. And what I'm saying is other teams watch film, Hotspot. They see what you're doing. They know the cuts, and they get defensive players going to suck you right in as soon as you make that pass. Zip. The problem is that we're getting to the point where they're starting to feel good about who they are, and you got to be focused. But it's, once again, SGA came out lackadaisical. The team was lackadaisical. We all focus on how he goes and how he does. If he's lighthearted and casual, we're lighthearted and casual. He's focused, we're focused. So it's going to be one of those things that we're really going to have to worry about. But now, that being aside, how about us, our 11th straight road victory, which is continuing our record, Thunder record. It was a 10, so now we're continuing our record. We're 11. 11 straight road wins. That's a good thing in itself. So let's just kind of go back over the game tonight and what all happened. The Thunder 60-12, the Kings 35-37. The Kings were 23 for 48. Remember, they were 10 for 13 in the third quarter when they outscored us. That was the key. We were 19 for 32, which is fantastic. 52% from the field. They shot 40. We out-rebounded them by 17. Pips points in the paint. We killed them. They only had 20 points in the paint. We had 42. And then that's where the turnovers. It's normally the opposite of that. We normally have 11. They have 15. We just, it was just terrible. But our bench took care of business, 42-20 on that. And then on the box score, Chet, 18-10, another double-double. iHeart only had 4 points and 10 rebounds. And by the way, that announcer, now I see why they were laughing at him before the game. Whoever that Greenberg, he was terrible. And once again, they're calling Chet shot. iHeart shot a push shot because our two guys call it a push shot. It's pathetic. Manifest says exactly, sloppy and lackadaisical. Almost called this an old-fashioned trap game. Yeah, could have been. But, once again, we're so much better than them, and our defense, once again, cleared us through. K-Rich, nice start, by the way. Congratulations on your start, K-Rich, 11 points, 4 rebounds. I thought he played pretty good overall. iHeart, 4 points, 2 for 3. Once again, free throws worry me, but, does what he does. SGA, 10 for 22, 3 for 6, 9 for 10, 7 rebounds, 5 assists, 5 turnovers. And remember, he had 4 of them in the first, 4 or 5 minutes of the game or something stupid. But, that being said, what he's doing right now is just absolutely insane, okay? It's absolutely insane, and we've got to appreciate what he is, and we'll go over that here in just a second. Lou Dort, 5 for 9, 3 for 6. I thought Lou played a lot better tonight. Jay Will, 21 minutes, 3 for 6, 9 points. The only thing with him is, quit trying to get cocky. You're going to get cocky, it's going to get us beat. Be focused. Dylan Jones, I did not like Dylan Jones playing so many minutes. I'm sorry. We played, what did we play? Well, we played guys at the end. But before that, we had played 5. Jay Will is 6. Dylan Jones is 7. Caruso is 8. Isaiah Joe is 9. So we played 9 players. It just seems like we played more. I don't know why, but it just did. When you look at SGA, let's just appreciate this man. 65th consecutive 20-point game. Uh, his 66th overall, 67th 20-point game it should be. And 45th 30-point game, 12 40-point games, 4 50-point games, which is just, it's just crazy to me. It really is insane what this man is doing. It really, really is. But we got to appreciate what we're seeing from him and what he's doing. And of course, I think he's pretty much solidified himself as the NBA. And by the way, in TV games, look at this, guys. Remember last year we were complaining about how we were losing TV games. Look at where we're at. 17-4. Not bad. Not bad at all. You gotta look at that. I mean, that's not bad. Considering we had the back-to-back, well, not back-to-back, we had back-to-back TV losses, not back-to-back losses, but back-to-back TV losses to the Cavs and then to Golden State. But you look at what we're doing, man, what a great, I mean, man, what a team we have. But once again, it starts with SGA, and he is going to be the MVP, and he's going to be, what, our third MVP? Yeah, third, because it was KD, Russell, and then him. So he'll be our third MVP. Now, of course, we don't count James Harden because he won that at Houston, not with us. But, you know, Thunder draft pick, we still have three if you look at the draft picks because SJ was traded for, not drafted by us. So it's still the same. But anyway, congratulations, and you look what we do. So here's my thing. This is the stat I'm going to bring up here. The Thunder, SJ is at 65 games, right? Okay, the record is 72 by KD. So 66 will be the Grizzlies on Thursday. 60, let me see, what is that? 67 will be the Pacers. 68 will be the Bulls. 69 will be the Pistons. 70 will be the Rockets. 71, 72 will be against the Lakers. And then he'll be able to break it. The last home game of the year, he'll be able to break Kevin Durant's record of the most 20-point games in a row. Okay? He'll be able to break Kevin Durant's record. But, I mean, look at this game. Now, we are 60-12. We have a 2-game lead over the Cavaliers for the overall best record, and we do want the best record. So when you look at this last 10 games, we have a 2-game lead. We have the Grizzlies at home Thursday. We have the Pacers at home Saturday. Then we have the Bulls at home on Monday. So, and then, let me see, what is that? Tuesday, Wednesday. Then we have the Pistons at home Wednesday, and then we go to the Rockets. So these next 4 home games, we have to go 4-0. You have to go 4-0. And this is why. Because what's going to happen is at the end of the year, because when you look at Cleveland, they don't really have anything. They're not playing anybody. So the chances of them losing out and losing those games are going to be pretty slim. So in our last 10 games, and remember we went 9-1 in our last 10. So you have to go 9-1 in your next 10 in order to secure home court advantage throughout, because you need home court advantage throughout the whole playoffs. Okay, and I'm talking about that. Now we have the home court all through the West, but I'm talking about all throughout. We're 2 games ahead with 10 games left. You have to go 9-1. So I see us beating the Grizzlies because they don't match up well with us at all. The Pacers, that's going to be a tough game Saturday night, 100%. The Bulls, they want us because, one, Josh Giddey really wants us, but the Bulls have been playing pretty well, even though they're the 10th place right now. They're still playing really well, or they're 9th place. They're really playing really well in the East. The Pistons definitely want us because of what happened before. Now, this game should be, it's on FanDuel, but it's an 8:30 game, and it's on a Wednesday. So I bet you anything that's going to be an ESPN game. I bet you they'll put that on ESPN. I think so. Manifest says, I'm glad those 2 back-to-back games are in L.A. Yes, and I wish they were back-to-back. Manifest Love, I wish they were back-to-back instead of every other night. Because if they're back-to-back, that gives us a huge advantage over them because now they have a day of rest. Okay? So that's the one thing. But they want that, and when you look at the standings right now, you look at the standings and look at where everybody's at. The Lakers now in 5th place, which is where they want to be. They're in 5th or 4th. That's where they want to be. The Warriors are in 6th or 7th. But you got to think about this. The Lakers are firmly, and the Grizzlies both are firmly in the 4 and 5 position. The Warriors in 6 and 7. The Lakers do not want to be in the 2 or 3 position, and they don't want to be in the 6 or 7 position. So we can help ourselves tons. Okay, we can help ourselves tons by beating them twice. If we beat them twice, we want them to be in the 6th or 7th position. That's where we want the Lakers. We want them 2 or 3 or 6 or 7. And the reason why is because we want them not to play us, have the opportunity to play us until the finals. They want to play us in the semifinals because LeBron will not be as beat up. That's why they want us to play us there. To me, I want them to be able to be 6 or 7 or 2 or 3. That way they have to, right now, if they're 6th, they'd have to go through the Nuggets. Okay? They'd have to go through the Nuggets. Now, I'd want the Clippers 8. I'd rather see the Clippers first before I see the T-Wolves. I do not want to see the T-Wolves, okay, in that first round. I'd rather see the Clippers in the first round. And I hear these announcers talking last night about, oh, well, the Thunder, this and that. No, 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 no. I'd rather see the Clippers first in the 8th position because we can beat the Clippers. The Clippers can't put together a game like they put against us, and SGA is not going to go 7 for 29. Okay, that's not happening. So we're going to win that game. So when you look at this and you look at how it's broken down, there's no way that that's going to happen. So I'd rather us play the Clippers that first round. The T-Wolves play the Rockets because the T-Wolves will probably beat the Rockets. I think they probably will. That'll put them in the 2 spot. Then you have the Nuggets against the Lakers, okay, in the 7th spot. And then you'd have the Grizzlies against the Warriors. Now, that would be a great matchup, but I still think the Warriors would beat them, but I'm not scared of the Warriors. I know you guys aren't either. The Clippers are chomping at the bit for OKC. They are butthurt about Sunday's game. I agree with that manifest, but they're not going to beat us 7 games. They have to shoot out there wazoo in order to beat us 7 games. So that's why I say that I'd rather play them than the T-Wolves. I'm not scared of the Clippers at all. In a 7-game series, they're not going to have 4 games where Kawhi is going to go off, and I'm not worried about them. And SGA is not going to go 7 for 29. But like this, we went 7 for 29 with no Chet, no J-Dub. And we barely beat them by 2. And they had to play out their ass in order to do that. So I'm not worried about the Clippers. I'm more worried about the T-Wolves. I don't want to see them. And I don't want to see the Lakers in the second round. That's what I'm saying. So so that would end if the Rockets and the T-Wolves are playing each other. Excuse me. Yeah, the Rockets and the T-Wolves and the Nuggets and the Lakers play each other. So in that particular case, I would love to see that. Okay? I would love to see that. Then those two have to play each other again, and then we would have the winner of the 4 or 5 series would be the Grizzlies Warriors, which I'm not afraid of either one of those guys either in 7 games. So that would put us in the finals against the winners of the Rockets, T-Wolves, and the Nuggets and Lakers. That's a fight fest where they're going to beat the hell out of each other. Those 4 teams are going to beat the hell out of each other twice. Okay? To get to us, and then they're going to have us with the most physical defensive team in the league. So I'm okay with that scenario that I'm breaking down. Right now. I have no problem with that. But here's the key: we're 60-12. The Cavs are 57-14. 2-game lead. That's important. You have to have the home court advantage all the way through. That's going to make a huge difference in what we do and how we do things. So to me, you have to be able to handle our business these next 10 games, 9-1. But those last 2, let's face it, we're not going to play anybody in those last 2 games. Jazz, we ain't playing nobody. Pelicans, we ain't playing nobody. You can't take a chance on somebody getting hurt. The only one that I would foresee playing at all a little bit is J-Dub, depending on when he comes back, so he can get some sort of rhythm going into the playoffs. Because we don't want him coming back for 2 games or 3 games, and then missing 2 weeks a week and a half before he plays again. He's going to be rusty. So he'd be the only one I could see playing somewhat to kind of get him, not a whole lot, but, probably 20 minutes in each game-ish. But also to make sure that we win so that we go 9-1 in that stretch, which is we have to go 9-1. Okay? 8-2 at worst. We have to tie it, but we have to go 9-1, and I don't know if we have the tiebreaker. I need to check into that. Hotspot says, is it not the Wolves can beat us, but they can hustle better than we do and loose balls and etc. I think the Wolves can beat us because they match up with us. So I'm worried about I don't want to see it now. Do I think we can beat them? Yes, but then again, once again, it's going to be more physical series going against them that for 7 games. Then all of a sudden now you got to play a semifinal game. You got to be physical. You got to go 6 or 7 games. Then you got to play the finals. So for me, I'd rather them beat the hell out of each other, and then if they make it to the finals, I'm okay with that. But they've beaten each other, had to beat the hell out of each other. Two teams to beat the hell out of each other to get to us. So I'm perfectly okay with that. I don't want us to get into a physical series where we have to beat the hell out of somebody. Then we got to turn around and we play another series where we got to beat the hell out of somebody. Then we got to play another series. We got to be physical again. Then we get to the finals. No, we're young, cool, but I want us to kind of ease into it where we have a 5 or 6 game series the first round. We have a 5 or 6 game series the second round. Then in the finals, if we got to go 7, that's fine in the Western Conference Finals because then we'll be rested, ready for whoever's coming out of the East. Okay, so that's kind of my thought process. And also, I agree, Manifest. T. Wolves, Nas Reed, he kills us every time he sees us. He kills us every time he sees us. So he's another reason I don't want to see. Great point right there, Manifest. Take this opportunity to thank our sponsors. If you have needs for engineering, surveying, or planning, hit our guys up at SRB. They love to take care of you. Mark Long, he is the dude over there. So if you have a water treatment plant in your city or county, hit those guys up. They love to be able to take care of you. Oak Grove Trucking, hit those guys up. If you have needs for dirt, rock, or sand to be moved, they will take care of you. Y&B, family owned and operated since 1912. They are the bank that makes things happen. They're an equal housing lender, member of the FDIC, proud sponsor for us to go out and support women, minority, and black-owned businesses in the Oklahoma City area. You can pre-qualify online at www.ynbok.com. That's www.ynbok.com, or go into one of their 5 locations, the main bank at 401 Elm, 66 steps from historic downtown Yukon, Oklahoma. YB East, which is off the Parkway and 66 or 39th Expressway. YB Mustang, 218 North Mustang Road. YB Parkway, located off Garth Brooks and I-40, just south of I-40, right in front of the hospital. Cannot miss it. Right there off the highway. YB Peoples in Bethany on 23rd between Rockwell and MacArthur. And, of course, the House of Creed. Handcrafted since 1760. This is some good smelling stuff. Man, that stuff is good smelling. If you're a man and you've got a woman or significant other that you'd like to buy some cologne for, man, they've got some good smelling perfume. I'm just telling you. Because you got to say, remember, pick your best for your best. Go to the Penn Square Mall. If you're a woman, see my guy. See my girl Beth over at Penn Square Mall in the dealer's departments in the men's side. Or if you're a dude and you just want to buy some stuff for yourself, go ahead and hit them up. And, of course, those are the other locations that are set aside for the Creed cologne. But, okay, now, Kim Manifest says Chess needs to rest now. He was holding his hip. Shaq told him to ban him. That's Shaq, though. Shaq's 350 pounds. He's probably 370, 380 now, but Chet got hit, like I said earlier. He got hit by iHeart because, what's his name? Sabonis bumped in iHeart and hit himself first. But Sabonis hurts Jason Tatum last night. Now Chet gets hurt. So let's just be careful with that. But that being said, here's my thing with the Thunder. We have 10 games left. Let's pull the 10 games up so we can really talk about it and get more in depth about it. Okay, here are our 10 games left. Okay, guys. When you look at this, those last 2 games, let's face it, we know SGA's not playing, Chet's not playing. None of those guys should play. The only one, like I said, is J-Dub, depending on when he comes back. Is he going to be back Thursday, Saturday, Monday, Wednesday, Friday? When is he coming back? Sunday, Tuesday, when is he coming back? We don't know. So when I look at this schedule, here's the thing. Remember, we have a 1-game lead or 2-game lead over the Cavaliers for the best record in the league. That's home court advantage. Okay, hang on one second. Sorry, I had to blow my nose. We have a 2-game lead. So when you break down the schedule, okay, Grizzlies, we should win Thursday. Saturday, Pacers is going to be, both of those games are going to be tough games, but we should win both of those. The Bulls game on Monday, we should handle our business there. Wednesday, the Pistons, that's going to be a tough game because I can promise you they're still seething from the time that we beat them the last time. Remember when we were kind of struggling right after the Boston game, no J-Dub, trying to figure out who we were, and of course, Kaysen came up big time for us. So when you look at that, we should handle the Grizzlies, which is your victory. We should win the Pacers and the Bulls and the Pistons. So we should be 4-0 going to Houston next Friday. We can beat them. That game is going to be tough. They're gonna want us because right now they're the number 2 seed, and they want to be able to handle their business against us. Why? Because they are the number 2 seed, and they're trying to solidify their spot there simply because the Nuggets are coming after them. So they want to be the number 2 seed. And when you look at the standings for us right there, let me see, where is that at? Okay, standings. I need standings. Okay, the Western Conference standings. You look at it, the Rockets are 2 games ahead of the Nuggets right now. So they need this win. It's a bone, and of course, the big fella's going to be back for them. He's back for the Nuggets. So the Rockets have to win. We need to win because, once again, 4-0, we go there. We got the Lakers, the 2 times against the Lakers and the 1 time against the Suns. So here's the game that we got to win. Then you've got to beat the Lakers or split with the Lakers. So the whole thing is you got to win these 4 games. And between the Rockets, the Lakers, and Suns, you can't lose more than 1 game. And if you do that, then for sure you've got to win your last 2. Okay, guys, if y'all follow me, you got to win your last 2. So the way I look at it is we want the Lakers in the 6th or 7th position. They're 3 games ahead they're in 5th position. They're 3 games ahead of the team in the 6th position, which is the Warriors. The Warriors are falling right now simply because Steph is hurt. He'll be back. They play each other tomorrow, I think, or soon. I know the next couple of days they're going to play each other. But we need them to lose. We need to beat them both games simply for us to put them in the 6th or 7th spot. Because it's imperative, and I'm trying to explain to y'all, I still think we can beat them if we play them in the 2nd round. But it's going to be harder on us because LeBron is going to be fresher versus in the 2nd round, in the semifinals, if he has to go 6 or 7 games against somebody like the Nuggets or like the Clippers, or like the Rockets, a team like that, he's going to have a tougher time, or the T-Wolves. Then to have to play us in the finals, they're going to be beat up. And remember, we're young, so we're going to be fine because our average age is, 25 and a half, 24, something stupid, like a college team. So those are the things that matter. But this schedule right here, these last 10 games matter. And it always comes down to it. 2-game lead, remember, we want home court advantage throughout the playoffs. This is where it stands. This is where we're at. This is what we've got to be able to do. Okay, guys? This is what we have to be able to do. And remember, you got to hit notifications. You got to hit the like notifications, guys, by the way, so that we can get a little thing going here, because I noticed the other day that, we had 12 people watching, but it said we only had 3 views. So please subscribe, or definitely hit the like button anyway, because I'm like, how do we have 12 people watching? We have 6 people in the chat, but we have 3 views. So we have way more than that. I don't understand this YouTube thing. I mean, I'm like, we have all these people watching. We have all these people in the chat, but we have 3 views. How does that work? So please go ahead and hit the like button for me so that we can at least get some of that, because right now I know that we have 0 likes right now at all, but yet we've got people in the chat talking, and we've got people watching, but we have 0 likes. So please hit the like button for me so we can get some sort of deal, because I'm like, this is pathetic. I don't really get that. How we're not getting any likes over here. That makes no sense to me whatsoever. But that being said, what our team does and who we are these last 10 games is what's going to come down to. It's going to come down to it. Okay, guys? It's going to come down to What we're doing is going. Why is this doing here? It's going to come down to what we're doing, what the coach is playing, and like I said tonight, 6:47, coach. What are you doing? Why are you waiting till the game starts? Then you bring SGL right off the bench. Then you have to call a timeout. You already have a timeout, and we've discussed this over and over and over. There's an automatic NBA timeout. Put him in the game. Why are you waiting an extra minute? Like I said, that's going to cost us at some point in the second quarter and the fourth quarter. Him doing that is going to cost us. Don't know what is. I just don't understand it. Like tonight, you had to call a timeout. You wasted a timeout. Fortunate game. We came in. He came in, and the score was 105-94. When he went out, the score was 119-96 in 3 minutes. It's just, I don't get him. I don't understand what he's doing. I really don't. Rashawn says you have to choose win against the Lakers to get the Clippers. Let me see. You have to choose win against the Lakers, get the Clippers, lose the Lakers, get the Lakers. Yes, I agree. That's what you got to do, Rashawn. We got to beat the Lakers. That's what we're talking about here. You got to beat the Lakers. That's imperative. So beat the Lakers twice. And I'm not scared of the Clippers. And I'm not scared. I mean, let me say this. I'm not afraid of anybody. Okay, I think we can beat everybody. That's not my point. My point is, how do we get the easiest path to the finals? Hey, Mark, too long to make a change. I agree, big dog. So I got Mark Long of SRB right there. I agree. But my thing is this, guys. All I'm saying is we can beat anybody. Don't get me wrong that I'm afraid of somebody. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is matchup-wise, I'd rather them beat the hell out of each other. So when they get to us in the finals, we're not all beat up and we're kind of rested and we're going to beat the shit out of them. And there's no way they're going to physically be able to LeBron and Luka are not going to physically be able to keep up with us over a 7-game series after already playing against the Rockets, after already playing against the Nuggets, after already playing against the T-Wolves. That's not going to happen. That's all I'm saying. That's an easier road or easier path for us to get to the finals. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not afraid of anybody. We can beat anybody in the West. We can beat anybody in the East because of our defense. So don't get me wrong. I'm not afraid of anybody. And do I believe we can beat anybody? Yes. My point is, why get so physically beat up early when you don't have to? Let's take the easiest path to get there. Because if you think the other teams aren't thinking that, hell yeah, they're thinking that. The Warriors want the 4 or 5 position. The Lakers want the 4 or 5 position because they want to play us in the second round. They do not want to play us in the finals because they know they've had the tougher road will be the 2 to 3, 6, 7 position. That's the tougher road to get to the finals, and they understand that. They want the 4 to 5 position in order to play us in the second round. That's what they want. Okay? That's what they want. Because they believe that the chances of beating us are increasing if it's that, just like Dallas did last year. Playing in that second round, that's the round they got us. Because we don't match up with Dallas at all. Now, if I believe we'd have played Minnesota, we'd have beat Minnesota in the second round because we just have a different – our games match up more. They're more it's a physical ball game, whereas Dallas was a completely different thing. They shoot the ball in the corners. We couldn't guard Luka. Which that's ended now because Case and Caruso and Dort. We got Luka. And now with the Lakers, with Case and Caruso, Dort, and SGA, and Wiggins, that's going to help us with LeBron and Luka. That's going to help us with that, along with Reeves. So that's going to help us there. So I'm not really so worried about them so much. But like I said, I'd rather them beat the hell out of each other, get to the finals, and by the time the 4th or 5th game comes, they're not going to be ready. They're going to be beat up. LeBron, I don't give a shit. He's 40 and they talk about, he's 40 years. He's still 40. If you got to go 6 or 7 physical games or 12 to 14 physical games before you get to us and then have another 4, 5, or 6 or 7 physical games, you can't keep up. Father Time is undefeated. So I'm not really worried about that. So that's what I'm trying to say, guys. It's not that I'm afraid of anybody because I'm really not. I'm not saying that at all. All I'm saying is the path to us, I want it to be the easiest route to get there where we don't play any physical team until the finals and then they're all beat up. Because when you look at the East, the Celtics and the Cavaliers, they don't really have to play anybody physical until they get to the finals. Then they're going to beat the hell out of each other because the only teams that can really get to them is what? The Pacers, the Knicks, So that really, there's nothing over there really go after those two teams. So they're going to have an easier road to get to the finals. They're going to be less beat up than we were. That's why I want us less beat up when we play them. Rashawn says, let me rewrite that. If OKC wins the 2 Laker games, as they set up Clippers or Golden State Warriors in the second round. Yes. I'm perfectly, that's my point too. I want to play either one of them. The coach is right. Let LA and Minneapolis beat it out before they, yes, 100%. Let them beat the hell out of each other. Let the Nuggets, the Rockets, the Lakers, the Warriors, and Minnesota beat the shit out of each other. And not so much the Warriors, but for sure, Lakers, Minnesota, Nuggets, and Rockets, y'all beat the hell out of each other for 2 series, 12 to 14 games. Then come see us. And guess what the hell? We're going to beat the shit out of you for however 6 to 7 games or 5 games or whatever. We're going to beat the hell out of you because we are the most physical defensive team in the league. And this is where it shows right here. Okay, guys? This is where it shows right here. And then on top of that, I saw this stat. Remember the plus differential as far as games? Okay, look at this. Most 20-point halftime leads. We have 14 this year. The Golden State Warriors in 2014-15 had 12. The Nuggets in 2021 had 11. The Warriors in 2016-17 had 11. The Rockets in 2018-2019 had 11. The Rockets had 2018, 2019, 2017 to 2018. Okay? But this is the thing. This is the key stat for defense. We're plus 12.9 points. The Lakers at 71-72, which still hold the record for the most wins in a row at 33. They had a 12.3, plus 12.3 points per game victory margin. They won the chip. The Bucks in 70-71, 12.7. That's with Kareem. Excuse me, 12.3. That's with Kareem. Or what he was Lou Alcindor back then. They won the chip. The Bulls in 95-96, plus 12.2. They won the chip. The Warriors in 16-17, they won the chip, 11.6. The Celtics in 23-24, 11.3. They won the chip. So what I'm basically saying is our defense, and you look at this, I'm just going to do the stuff we're number 1 in. Okay, not the other stuff, just number 1. We're number 1 in field goals. We're number 1 in three-point percentage. We're number 1 in knocking down free throws. We're number 1 in pips, points in the paint, keeping our opponents out. Remember, 42.4, what did they have tonight? 40? We're number 1 in steals, 10.5. We're number 1 in teams not stealing the ball from us at 6.6. We're number 1 in turning the opposing team, number 1 in not turning the ball over at 11.5. We're number 1 in turning the ball over for other teams. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and in the second quarter with 30.3, we lead the league in second quarter points. That's 8. Okay, is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's 9. And we're number 1 in deflections. That's 10. We're number 1 in transitional baskets when the opposing team is scoring. Okay, so in transitional baskets, us not allowing transitional baskets, we're number 1. That's 11. We're number 1 when we turn the ball over, keeping teams from scoring against us. That's 12. And did I say deflections? That's 13. Those are the stats we're number 1 in. Number 1, we're 4th in scoring. We're 2nd in not allowing the opposing team to score. But those are the reasons why we're winning and why I'm not afraid of anyone and we can beat anyone in the West. I just don't want to go 7 games against the T-Wolves, 6 or 7 games against the T-Wolves, and then 6 or 7 games against the Lakers, and then 6 or 7 games against the Rockets or the Nuggets, and then turn around and have to play a 7 game series against the Cavaliers or the Celtics. That's all I'm saying. I don't want that. I want us to go against the Clippers where we go 5 or 6. Then I want us to turn around and go against the Warriors or the Grizzlies where we go 5 or 6. Then we go 6 or 7 in the finals, and then we play in the Western Conference Finals, and then we go to the finals. That's what I'm saying. Because when you look at our defense, what ends up happening, teams are going to go through, like tonight, them going 10 for 13 in the third quarter shooting threes. Okay, you're not going to continue that. The only team that did that against us was what? The Nuggets when they shot 60% or something freaking stupid. That's not going to happen with us on a consistent basis. Okay, so I'm not worried about that. Only thing I'm worried about is us, the physicality of getting beat up in the first round, then turn around and get beat up in the second round, then turn around and get beat up in the third round, which is the finals, conference finals, and then turn around having to go to the finals. Those are things that worry me, okay, guys? That's what worries me because I know that at some point I don't give a shit if you're the youngest team in the league. You're going to physicality with Chet. The more we play, the more physical it is, the more opportunity he has to get hurt. The more opportunity J-Dub gets to get hurt. The more opportunity iHeart gets to get hurt. The more opportunity SGA. The more opportunities, the more physical the series, the more you play, the more opportunity it is to get hurt. And then on top of that, you're going to get the shit beat out of you. You're going to get the shit beat out of you. So those are the things that I look at that I'm worried about. Now, can we beat every team in the West? Hell yeah. I ain't even worried about that at all. I just don't want us to get the shit beat out of us 3 different times before we get to the finals. That's all I'm saying. I want them to beat the shit out of each other. Then play us the first 2 rounds, then play us in the finals and let's beat the shit out of them again. That's what I want. I want the Nuggets, the Rockets, the Lakers, and Minnesota to beat the shit out of each other. What I want. Then y'all come see us in Oklahoma City. And then we'll handle our business when we see you. That's all I'm saying. That's what I want. And I think that's what's going to happen. So, anyway, this Thursday is where it starts again against Memphis. And I think we can handle that. Hey, Manifest, thank you. I'm glad you like it. And that's all I'm saying. I believe we can beat anybody. I ain't scared of nobody. And as my coach always said, it doesn't matter when you play them, you got to beat them. And the only thing I can say to that, coach, that's true. My coach, rest in peace, Dave Smith, coach that coached me in high school and then owned Midwest Trophy. And I was like, Coach, that's I agree with that to an extent. It does matter when I play. I don't want to go through play the toughest team I got to play, and play 2 very tough teams to get to that team and play them again. I'd rather either play that team tough first, and then boom, get out of it and play 2 easy teams if I'm going to do it. So I'm not afraid of anybody. I think we can beat anybody. I just would rather them beat the shit out of each other before they see us. That's all I'm saying. Because I know that we will get J-Dub back here in the next, I imagine, week or so. Because Chet hurt. He obviously is hurt worse than Chet. And, with the Thunder, they keep everything so close to the vest. We don't know how, friends of mine saw J-Dub last week. I believe it was. Maybe it was the week before last. Going to the restaurant, he was limping. So I know that this right hip strain is what they call it because Chet had a left hip strain. Chet's back before he's skinnier than him. How the hell is he back before him? So it may be a little bit worse than what it is, but it's okay. We've won every game without him. So we're okay with that. But that being said, we damn sure ain't going to win the chip without him. We can't. I ain't going to say that. We can win the chip without him. But it's going to be a much easier task for us to do it with J-Dub than without. Okay? And I also saw this stat. With iHeart on the floor, we are now 44-6 with iHeart playing. 44-6 with iHeart in the lineup. That's pretty good. Once again, look what the Knicks did. Look at what Sam Presti did. He traded for a guy that none of us wanted at the middle of last year in the trade deadline. We're not even going to mention his name because of the stuff that he talked about us, and look what happened. Dub has been out like 6 weeks. No, with a hip strain. He hasn't been out. He's only been out since the Celtics game, so that's been 3 weeks or something. Let me see. I'll tell you exactly how long it was the Celtics game that he got hurt. So that was the Celtics game was March 12th. So he's been out 2 weeks. It's only been 2 weeks since he's been out. So it's only been 2 weeks. And since then, let me see. We are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6-0 without him. And he got hurt in that game, which we won anyway. But, Kaysen Wallace was a huge factor in that. But, the commander and I were talking about Kaysen, that we struggled a little bit early. But now he's really coming to his own play, even though he did not play tonight because of his shoulder. He took that big hit the other night against the Clippers, remember? So he was out tonight, which is fine. But we're going to have all hands on deck on Thursday. Now, it depends on how Chet feels. I think we can still beat Minnesota. Beat the Grizzlies without Chet. So if he's got any kind of strain, any kind of stress, any kind of, Shaq was talking about putting icy out on it, dude. That was a shameless promotion of one of your products. Put some icy out. No, put those electronic things on it. Put that stuff that they put on it. Put those electrodes on it and let it vibrate you. And those of you who are athletes, you know exactly what I'm saying. They put those little shocking wave things on you. You just put it on your hip or put it on your knee or whatever's hurting, and then it shocks all night long. So that's what you do for that. So you're gonna ice it first to cut down on the swelling. Then you're going to go ahead and they'll hook him on one of those little things, and he'll be on the airplane because they're flying back tonight. So they'll put him on that. He'll sit on the airplane and fly back all night tonight, get back late tonight, and then they'll turn around and get some rest and get in bed, and then put that on, and he'll have that on all night, so he'll be fine. But like I said, I don't mind sitting Chet Thursday. And then remember, we playing one week because I just don't think the Grizzlies match up with us. I think we can beat them without Chet. We can beat them without J-Dub, okay? Because for whatever reason, SJ does not play well against them. He still does good, but he doesn't play. But Ja doesn't play good against us either. So that kind of those two offset each other in their bad play against each other. SJ still plays decent, but he doesn't play great against them for whatever reason. So, but that being said, I'm okay if Chet doesn't play, if he sits out this next game to heal him up, because I can promise you, the Pacers and the Pistons back to back, that's going to be a hard game. Those are going to be 2 hard games back to back. So I don't mind him missing this game, missing Thursday to get some rest, to heal up, to be ready for those. So manifest no Ja, we're good. Ja's not playing. If he's not playing, we're gonna definitely be. Then definitely I ain't playing Chet. For sure, if Ja ain't playing, I'm fine. I'm going. Hopefully, we can get Kaysen in, and if we need to rest him, okay. But no Chet, no J-Dub, no Kaysen. Then give me Wiggins back. If I'm not going to have Kaysen, I don't want to be without Kaysen, Wiggins, Chet, and J-Dub. Even though I think one game we won without them or whatever, because we can still win with what we got: SGA, iHeart, Dort, Caruso, K. Rich, J. Will, Isaiah Joe. So we can still win with that group 100%. But let's face it, let's get Kaysen back in there. Let's get him rolling. But if he's still hurting it all, then let's go ahead and sit him to get him ready for the LA game when that comes up in a few weeks. So anyway, guys, hey, I'm out of here. It's 12:40, 12:37. You guys go get some rest. I appreciate you coming on and giving your thoughts in the chat tonight. Thunder up. And remember, Thursday night we play the Grizzlies at home. And that game is at 7. Is that right? I'm pretty sure it's at 7. I think I saw that game is at 7. 7 o'clock. That game is at 7 o'clock. So we should be able to handle our business with that. So that being said, hey, everybody, you guys, thank you for being on. I appreciate your support so very much. Remember, like, subscribe, hit notifications. But anyway, I appreciate you guys' support of our show and what we're doing here, okay? Appreciate you.